Now for our feature story of the day. Bitcoin goes mainstream. The IMF integrates crypto into their global standards. That's right. This is a pretty big deal. And also, Max just recently tweeted today, confirmed China is buying Bitcoin. I repeat, confirmed China is buying Bitcoin. Crucially, they are working with Russia to launch a gold-backed stablecoin, which was our featured story yesterday. If you missed it, make sure to check it out on yesterday's pod. They don't want a US dollar-backed stablecoin to undermine their sovereignty. This is off the back of the news shared at the Bitcoin Conference Asia. It shows China is holding closed-door meetings on strategic Bitcoin reserve. Trump advisor says David Bailey. The game theory is playing out, hence the term coined by Max Keiser many years back, global hash wars in full effect. And also, as it shares here, billionaire Max Keiser just said China and Russia are buying Bitcoin. This is getting wild. And it only makes sense. Trump, the leader of the free world, just fully embraced Bitcoin, establishing a strategic Bitcoin reserve and signing the executive order. Of course, the president of Russia and China and all over the world are having these conversations. It's called game theory. It's called the global hash war. Now, he also points out here that the cost of Trump's juvenile crypto behavior is that he opens the door to global settlement layer dominance by Russia and China with their gold-backed stablecoin, and the US dollar gets crushed. This was a repost off the back of Predator's post. The Trump family launched an ICO. They announced a DeFi protocol, announced a stablecoin, launched various meme coins, launched various NFTs, got board seats in crypto companies, performed M&A talks with crypto exchanges, announced they're launching their own crypto ETFs, as we announced today. The only thing they haven't done yet is launch a better Bitcoin. Just warning you of the shit show that is probably coming your ways. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. But let's dive a little deeper into the IMF adopting the BIDI. Global regulators have set the first set of wide-ranging rules to measure cryptocurrency transactions, reflecting a major transformation in the reporting of digital assets movements at the national level. The International Monetary Fund, better known as the IMF, recently issued its 7th Balance of Payments Manual, bringing forth uniform regulations to monitor Bitcoin and other virtual currencies. According to the IMF reports, more than 160 nations came together to create a new framework that fills an enormous gap in monitoring digital asset flows. Cryptocurrency transactions, which are estimated to be in the trillions of dollars every single year, have long been unrecorded or irregularly reported. The guide proposes a comprehensive classification system for cryptos. Bitcoin, for example, will be accounted for as a non-produced, non-financial asset, the same way nations account for land or natural resource rights. Stablecoins such as Tether USDT will be identified as financial instruments, while crypto services like mining and staking will be classified under computer services exports. And as announced right here, let me read this tweet to you as soon as it loads up on your screen here. IMF updates crypto classification and global finance. The International Monetary Fund updated its Balance of Payments Manual, which is BP M7, to better account for digital assets. Bitcoin is now classified as a non-produced, non-financial asset, while stablecoins and tokens with liabilities are considered financial instruments. The update also recognizes staking rewards and validation services as income, reflecting crypto's growing economic role. So there you have it. Two nations have taken significant steps in crypto governance. We have the United States, which just formed a strategic Bitcoin reserve. They currently hold roughly 2,000 Bitcoin, but unfortunately for the United States, 100,000 of them belongs to Bitfinex, which means they really only hold 100,000 Bitcoin, which means North Korea has more Bitcoin at their government level than the United States due to the North Korean Lazarus, hacking group. So game theory in full effect. In the meantime, El Salvador persists with its Bitcoin plan. The nation amassed 6,125 Bitcoin worth 538 million, even after inking the recent 1.4 billion deal with the IMF back in December that called for restrictions on crypto transactions. Bukele said he's not slowing down. He's going to continue to buy the Bitcoin, so nothing has changed there. These national crypto reserves, as per the new guidance from the IMF, will now be monitored in the same manner as cross-border land acquisitions or spectrum license purchases. This methodology offers greater than ever transparency, which various nations are managing digital assets. And as you know, El Salvador is a Bitcoin country. They were the first country to put the Bitcoin on the balance sheet. And of course, the response from the crypto community varies heavily fully. Some interpret the manual as a grand acknowledgement of Bitcoin's stature, while others are warning that too much must not be made of the report. Max, Bitcoin advisor to Salvadoran President Bukele, asserted the IMF acknowledges Bitcoin as digital gold, but that the IMF did not endorse any such status as outlined here. Breaking, the IMF just recognized Bitcoin as de facto digital gold. Sources confirm the IMF is adding Bitcoin to their own reserves and will soon include Bitcoin in their SDR basket/index as well. And meanwhile, crypto using countries will be the ones to gain the most from these new reporting formats. For example, in Nigeria alone, more than 35% of the adults claim to use or possess cryptos, as revealed in the 2023 KuCoin report, probably much higher now, and that's due to many of their local currencies hyperinflating. Many of them use stablecoins or Bitcoin or the likes because they can't trust their government-issued currencies any longer. It's kind of similar to the US dollar. Now, though the guide does not give legal status to the cryptos, it is an important step towards realizing their international economic significance. Banks and governments will be able to track and report crypto transactions across borders using clear and consistent methods. The IMF upgrade marks an increasing recognition of cryptos as a significant element of the global financial system, despite controversies surrounding their future role. But there you have it, yo. Let me know your thoughts on what I just shared with the big news. China is buying Bitcoin as the global hash war continues. They're working with Russia to launch their own gold-backed stablecoin, and that the US dollar-backed stables, they don't want them to undermine their sovereignty. And if you don't know, now you know. Let me know your thoughts. I'll read your comments out loud. Welcome everyone to the Q&A segment of the live stream. How can they call it non-financial? I don't get it. Criminals, drug traffickers, anti-money laundering, tax avoidance. Great show as always, JB. Thank you. Clear. Respect, brother. Greatly appreciate that, Scott. Thank you. And again, welcome everyone joining us. Welcome to the Q&A session. We're live and in the flesh. I'll stick around for another hour and we'll do some live Q&A. I'll read all your comments out loud, and this is a perfect opportunity to get your questions addressed. I'll do my very best, I promise. Cheers, fam. We're back in the green. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Did China stop selling Bitcoin? I haven't heard it. I haven't heard of them offloading any Bitcoin any time recently. So if I was to guess, I would speculate every major nation, if not already acquiring Bitcoin, whether directly or indirectly, and when I say indirectly, through miners or some way, somehow having exposure to it, maybe ETFs, etc., then they're entertaining it and having discussions behind closed doors. They have to. It's a strategic play. The United States already made their move, right? So it's up to them to play. They can't just not be a part of it. They would get left behind. As Max once shared, there can only be one Bitcoin superpower in the world. Will it be the United States? Will it be Russia? Will it be China? Will it be India? Will it be Brazil? Who will it be? There's only enough room for one. Only one nation is going to be able to acquire millions of Bitcoin. No, it's not many nations can do that, right? Think of it this way. 21 million Bitcoin could ever be in circulation. Let's just speculate 5 million are lost, gone, or frozen and cannot ever be moved ever again. That takes us down to 16 million. 1 million Bitcoin already belong to the ETFs and the institutions. Michael Saylor, his company already has 500,000 Bitcoin. I speculate Max and Stacy have 1 million Bitcoin. The United States is proposing purchasing 1 to 5 million Bitcoin. Are you starting to see the bigger picture? There's not enough Bitcoin, right? So hypothetically, let's say Trump takes Saylor's advice and they come up with a strategic plan over the course of the next 10, 20 years to acquire 25% of the Bitcoin supply. 5 million plus Bitcoin. Let's just keep it even numbers. 5 million Bitcoin. No other country is going to be able to do the same thing. So these other countries are in a race to adopt Bitcoin. Who's going to do it faster? Who's going to do it first? Who's going to do it bigger? Well, Bukele already has the first mover's advantage. But the difference, overall, they're a poor country. Hence why they only have 6,000 Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's making like insane purchases. like billion-dollar purchases like it's nothing, right? Sailors making a purchase of Bitcoin in 1 week, acquiring Bitcoin more than Bukele and El Salvador have achieved in the past, 4 years. It's more money, more wealth, right? The United States is a very wealthy nation, though the debt is very real at, 37 trillion or something like that. Well, there's ways budget neutral to acquire Bitcoin. How can you do it as a nation without costing taxpayers a dime? You trade your strategic gold reserves, right? After all, gold is the poor man's Bitcoin. Trade the fool's money, the fool's gold, for the real hardest asset, the apex predator. And there you go. Bada boom, bada Bitcoin.